Hi, I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be hesitation and indecisiveness will always ruin attraction. I got an email here from a guy who basically did just that. He had a girl that he started dating, and he basically waited too long to make his move, and now he's backpedaling, trying to re-attract her. So he says, I was dating this girl for about 6 months. At the beginning, I could tell she really liked me and wanted to be my girlfriend, but I kind of wanted to take it slow and see what happens. After about 3 months, I was finally ready to ask her to be my girlfriend, but when I did, she rejected me and said there was a point where I started to want to be your girlfriend, but then I pulled back at one point and I can't seem to get my feelings back to what they were at the beginning. After that, she started acting like you mentioned in the video. She's not as excited to see me, very lukewarm, and as of now, we're taking time apart, but we still text here and there. I really do like her, and I have made that pretty clear to her, and maybe that's my problem. Probably, partially. I try to go a few days without contacting her, but then she will randomly text me and suck me back in. It is really messing with my head, because sometimes when I text her, she takes hours to reply, and sometimes she doesn't reply at all, and it really pisses me off, but I try not to show it. That's smart, and you shouldn't, because again, this is your issue, your insecurity, you're the one that's upset, and you shouldn't take that and dump that on her and expect her to deal with it. So I guess my question is, how should I just never text or call her and leave the ball in her court? I just don't want her to think I don't care and make her move on and find someone else. And I would say, part of the problem, it's not so much that you waited too long to make a move on her about the boyfriend-girlfriend thing, but the point is that you didn't know where you stood with her, and you weren't paying attention to her level of interest. Maybe it was before you found out about my work, but what happened was her interest level was going up, and at some point, it started going back down. And as it was going back down, your interest level was actually going up. And so at some point, you're like, okay, well, it must be time to be boyfriend-girlfriend, and so you asked her. Well, you asked her, and obviously the very fact of you asking her tells me that you really didn't know where you stood with her. You just assumed that, okay, well, we've been together 3 months, so it's time for her to be my girlfriend. And what happens is, just like I talk about in my book, and what I learned is that women will bring this up. When they're ready, when they want to have an exclusive relationship, when they don't want any of those other ladies around you to have anything to do with you, they're going to fucking let you know, and they're not going to pretty much give you any choice about it. Unless, they'll say basically that if you don't become exclusive with them, that they're going to walk, and if that's what you want, then obviously you become exclusive with them. If not, you say, I'm just not ready to settle down yet. I'm not ready to be exclusive, but I'll understand if you want to date other people. And you got to let them walk, and 9 times out of 10, they can't walk away from a guy who they can't have their way with, especially if she's got interest level. So I would think, in your case, from what you shared here, is that there were things that you were doing and were saying that were turning her off, and since you didn't know what to look for, you couldn't tell. And so when you asked her to be your girlfriend, you really had no idea that her interest level just simply wasn't there. Because if you'd done everything right, she would have gone out of her way to make it obvious that she wanted you to be her boyfriend. And so the right way to handle this situation is it tells me that you haven't been able to handle the back and forth. Dating is like a salsa dance. It's like, and if you've ever watched a salsa dance, it's very sexy. It's very, builds a lot of sexual tension, because at some points in the dance, the man is chasing the woman, and at other points in the dance, the man is hanging back and the woman is chasing him. And it's this sexual interplay. Well, it tells me, from what you've said here, that there are times that you should have backed off, where instead you chased, and that there were times where you should have taken advantage of opportunities, and you probably didn't. And so, like I said, the best thing that you can do from this point going forward is to do nothing. Don't call her, don't contact her at all. Just wait to hear from her. And when you do hear from her, when she contacts you through text or email, say, hey, let's get together and have a drink. When are you free this next week? Or let's go to dinner. When are you free? I'm open Wednesday and Thursday. He's like, great. How about we go to dinner Wednesday or Thursday at 8 o'clock? I'll pick you up at 8 o'clock. dress nice. I'm going to take you to a really cool place. Dress casual. I'm going to take you to a really fun place I found. We're going to have a blast. Oh, where you taking me? Oh, it's going to be a surprise. We're going to have a great time. I'll see you then. You know, if something comes up, I'll text you. Otherwise, I'll just see you at your place at 8 o'clock on Thursday. Leave it at that. It's a definite date. You don't need to call. You don't need to text. Don't fucking call in to verify the date or any of that bullshit. Just wait. Just leave her. You got to let the girl have some space. And like a lot of guys feel like, oh, I got to keep texting her up until the day of the date. No, you don't do that. Keep the date, and then that way when you see her, she will have been thinking about you since the time you made the date until the time you showed up. And so that should cause her to want to see you more. And so at this point, what I would only do is just when you hear from her, use that as an opportunity to make the next definite date. You shouldn't initiate any contact with this girl. And that's the problem, because she knows where she stands with you, and then she can pretty much have you anytime she wants. And so what you got to do is you got to kind of scramble her brain a little bit by being different. Because look at it this way. If you had met 3 super really hot women that were into you, and they're blowing up your phone wanting to hang out, you wouldn't be calling this girl anymore. You wouldn't be thinking about her. You actually would be forgetting all about her because you've got these girls fucking your brains out. And when she doesn't hear from you, if she has any kind of interest that's above in the 50% percentile range or higher, she'll call you or contact you when she doesn't hear from you. But if it's below the 50%, then you won't hear from her again. Either way, you're going to hook up with her or you're going to hook up with some women that are better. So, I mean, you can't beat it. So the best thing you got to do is you got to read my book so you know the material, because I can tell you're flying blind. You don't really know what the hell is going on. And if you only know part of my material, if you're only watching the videos and the articles, you're not going to get the base core knowledge. You're just going to be making too many mistakes, because you learn a lot from the articles and newsletters, but if you don't know the core stuff that I teach in my book, you're just going to be making completely unnecessary mistakes, and you could be having a great time with this girl and other women if you just knew what to do. So if you find this message of value, you could show your appreciation by going down to the Wibiya toolbar, which is at the bottom of your screen if you're watching this video on my website. Click the PayPal donate button and donate any amount that you feel is equal to the value of the information in this video. At the very least, please share this page with all your friends and family by clicking any one of the social network sharing buttons, which are also located in the Wibiya toolbar at the bottom of your screen. If you got a question that you want to ask me, or there's a topic that you'd like me to cover in a future video newsletter, click the Contact Me tab on the left-hand side of your screen and send me 3 or 4 paragraphs maximum detailing your situation, and just give me several days to get back to you with a detailed response, because I get a lot of email from the internet, and I also get a lot of it from my paying phone coaching customers, and I got to focus on theirs first. But just be patient and I will get back to you. And if you want to talk to me right away, you can schedule a paid phone coaching session with me personally by clicking the Products tab at the top of your screen and just follow the instructions. And I will talk to you soon.